DBS plays.
But anyway, yeah, the next year Sonic. Well, first Sonic Origins Plus comes out, and they don't even fix all the problems. They do add some stuff, and they're okay. So there are some problems that people I feel like were overreacting to, and then there are problems that were still there that people were not overreacting, you know, rational about it. But yeah, you had all that, and then you had, let's see, what was it? Then you had the problem of, I'm trying to think of right now. Oh yeah. So the problems with, Sonic Origins Plus. So, the thing that was awesome about Sonic Mania Plus was if you got the game, at least on Switch, if you got the game, if you got the game on physically, you got a cool art book and everything, but also the entire thing, no update, no install, the entire thing was on the cartridge. Which I don't know why it wouldn't, but we've seen examples of games that would take up barely any of the cartridge space, but then like you still had to like download an update or download or install it or whatever. Stuff like Mega Man. As far as I know of, like Mega Man. Okay, well the case of like where like it was like the Mega Man collections at the time, Legacy collections, where like the Switch version. You got it physically, you had to get it new if you wanted both games. You only got Legacy Collection 1 used, or you can only get it used because the other one was download only. Well, anyway, Sonic Mania Plus came with the entire thing, DLC and all, is all there in the cartridge. All updated, all, you know, you didn't have to install anything. It was just all there for you. Okay. Well then, finally. Well then, Sonic, it's kind of an awkward time to do that. I love the music here, by the way. I do love the music for Super Sonic. In this game. But anyway, folks, I will be right back again. And we're back. But yeah, like I was saying, Sonic Man, like this, the entirety of this game plus the DLC, the Plus DLC. Everything is there. No worrying about installing and all that stuff. Okay. What does Sonic Origins Plus do? What does the cartridge for Sonic Origins Plus give you? The base, unupdated version of Sonic Origins, and the Plus is on a separate card, so you have to buy it new, basically. It doesn't come on the cartridge, it comes on, you know, like the DLC doesn't come on the cartridge. And again, it's an unupdated base version of the game. So that was really dumb. Really dumb. And I remember getting it thinking, okay, I already have the digital copy because I got it when it was on sale. I got the base game when it was on sale. And I was like, okay, I got the base game digitally on sale, but I was like, you know what, I'll get it so I can have it all on the cartridge. Well, I feel like I ended up wasting my money because, with the exception of getting the DLC with it, Which, you know, if you already have it digitally, then you have the DLC then, if you put it in the code. But, like, I wanted the entire game on the cartridge. Wanted the entirety of it. That's the whole point of me getting it on, you know, physically. And by the way, the DLC is actually basically just also adds stuff that they should have had in the game in the first place. But anyway, yeah. So if you ever get a used copy of Sonic Origins Plus, you're just getting Sonic Origins, base Sonic Origins. And it's in its unupdated state. So that was a massive disappointment. And then Sonic Superstars comes out, and again, like we discussed, it has a lot of problems. But the modern Sonic stuff has been doing pretty well. Because, like, you look at, well, you look at the Year of Shadow, and you have, you know, you have a few things. You have some Shadow things here and there. But, like, when it comes to the games, you had, Sonic X Shadow Generations. Which, the way they advertised it at first, made it seem like it was, like, Shadow Generations was just going to be the companion game. Well, see, a lot of us heard about these leaks of, like, Shadow being added to Sonic, to a Sonic Generations remaster. But none of us expected, like, we thought maybe he'd have some levels or something. None of us expected that he would actually get an entire game. Which, yes, it was technically supposed to be, as far as they were advertising, it was supposed to be just the, like a companion game to, along with the remaster for, Sonic Generations. But it really honestly felt like we got a brand new game plus Sonic Generations Remastered. See, obviously Sonic Generations didn't really need much improving, so they really didn't. Really, they kind of messed up the... Well, okay, they didn't really mess up the story, they just changed it. It's still not good. It basically just felt pointless. To a lot of people, it felt pointless anyway. But yeah, it was. But whatever the case is, it's still Sonic Generations. It still has well, its own problems, but also all the good stuff about Sonic Generations. Okay, well, except for a few things that they changed that, like, well, they're probably trying to be more modern. But then, like, even people who might agree with the changes, or might have agreed with, like, certain things, still didn't want those changes to be taken into play. Like, the whole, you know, everyone, I mean, the only thing we got was now, we got the meme that, like, classic Sonic 8 Angel Island or something like that. Let's see, because, you know, the whole, they didn't change the animation, they just changed the dialogue thing. By the way, if you run into any more of those rings, as you can imagine, it gives you 50 rings so you can become Super Sonic or Super whoever you're using. But yeah, yeah, shoot, better be careful here. Sonic X Shadow Shadow Generations was a phenomenal game. It is a phenomenal game. I love it. It is like, I don't know how I'd compare it to the original Sonic Generations, because I have mentioned before that, like, Generations, honestly, as good as the game is, it has problems that, like, you know, even just playing through the base game makes me go, ugh, this part, you know, that kind of deal. And some of those missions are really terrible, but The but it's still a great game overall. Shadow Generations, at least in terms of playing it, the base, game, like playing through to the credits, it is a phenomenal game, and it has like 0 parts in it where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, Now, if I'm 100%ing the game, there are certain challenges that are a little too hard, a little too frustrating. But in terms of the game itself, or in terms of like the base game, like just getting through to the end, oh, it's a phenomenal game. I think it's still technically shorter than Sonic Generations, which was already a short game. But oh man, is it a good game? Like that was the biggest problem with people. They wanted more of it. That was the only problem with it. And I've heard Exo Fairground Gamer mention this, and I definitely agree. It's a game that I'd rather have a short but great game. I mean, these aren't his exact words, by the way. This is essentially what he was saying. Rather have a short but sweet game than a long, drawn-out game. A game that feels like it lasts too long, or a long, not-so-good game, or bad game. You get the idea. So, I just think that Shadow Generations is my game of the year for 2024. While I'm sure Astrobot, in terms of like unbiased, in terms of being unbiased, it still might have been my game of the year, but I think Astrobot might have, and obviously not just because it's obviously not just because it won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, but like, it looked like a really great game. So that would have been like possibly tied with Shadow Generations. As I'm playing it, it's really good. Now, I haven't played through the whole thing, so this is me saying this as of right now. This isn't me, like, definitively saying, Wait. I think you're supposed to. Well, hopefully I can figure it out here soon. Sure. Okay, that's right. You just had to get the armor off. There we go. Oh shoot! Dang it! Yeah, Sonic, your ego there. You just get right in front of it. Everyone always asks what's up, but no one ever asks how's up. I know, that's probably gotten old by now, but... I know, Sylvester. I will say the backgrounds definitely make the place feel a lot bigger than it looks. I mean, obviously right now it's supposed to look like this because you're in the cave part of it, but like, the background is pretty cool. But this looks pretty cool too. You know what I mean? Like whenever we were seeing like almost looked like a city type area, or maybe like a mining factory type area in the background. You know what show I randomly thought of just now, like how messed up some of the stuff was in that show? Sitting Ducks. I don't know. It just kind of came to my mind for some reason. I think when I said factory, it made me think of the bowling factory. It was like the alligator friend in Sitting Ducks. It's like at first I thought that show was like a little kid show, which maybe it kind of is supposed to be one, or was supposed to be one, but like like there's stuff that you really have to think about. Where if you really think about it, it's kind of messed up. You have something like you have what's his you have the alligator friend. That's right, Sylvester. You have the alligator friend who, you know, he was trying to eat the, you know, the alligators always try to eat the ducks. Exactly, Sylvester. Well, like, it just kind of, I know, Sylvester, I know. Yeah, you know what, I better, he's probably hungry. Alright, I'll be right back again, folks. And I'm back, folks. So, like I was saying about sitting ducks, you know, you have the alligators always try to eat the ducks. Well, sometimes it's implied that, like, they do eat the ducks. Like, you know, some shows it's like, it's supposed to be like they talk about it, but they never show it, they never really have any proof of it, you know, or I guess there's never really a hint at it because, you know, if it's supposed to be for kids and everything, it just kind of, you know, don't want to upset the kids too much, you know, at least around that time. Well, then you have, I did not want to do that, but here we go, here we are. But anyway, so yeah, sitting ducks, like, they actually have some parts where, like, I think there's like there's like something where they're trying to film, like some ducks are trying to film they're trying to film like something about the alligators or crocodiles, whatever they're supposed to be. They're trying to film them. Something about them, or I guess their natural habitat or something like that. Well, I remember they ended up having, like, one of them ate the cameraman or something. I was like, wait a minute, that's a little messed up there. It's like, you might see that in an old cartoon or something, but you wouldn't see, or, you know, an old cartoon that was, you know, meant for kids too. You never really saw, never really see a lot of character death in kids cartoons like that, at least. I didn't care, honestly, at that point. I'm talking about eating the cameraman, and then, like, the main duck, I forgot his name, was trying to see, like, what exactly does he do at his bowling job, or where is he working at? And, I think it's like bowling factory, like where they make bowling balls or make bowling material. And it was interesting because, like, you know, it's supposed to be his friend and everything, and, you know, well, turns out his friend, again, I forgot the name of, does the cooking, and he cooks ducks. I could be wrong on that, but I think he does. But, this is annoying. This part's annoying right now. But anyway. Yeah, it was something I think about, like, or it's something when you really think about it, it's kind of messed up, that kind of thing. But the show was, honestly, it wasn't bad. I mean, it probably was, again, it's probably meant to be a little kid show. In all honesty, it didn't really feel like a Cartoon Network show, which would make it a little weird. In all honesty, it felt more like a Nickelodeon show, if anything. It didn't really feel like it was meant to be on Cartoon Network. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was a case of Nickelodeon deciding to, you know, they didn't want that show, so they went to the other channel. Like, they've done that a few times. Nickelodeon has turned down a few projects, only for the shows to become big hits on other other networks. Like, one that seems to be a little more famous is, Adventure Time. There was like a pilot on Nicktoons, but Nickelodeon never picked it up because they wanted... I kid you not, maybe this isn't actually the true story, but I kid you not. Apparently, the reason they turned down Adventure Time was because they turned it down because they wanted Fanboy and Chum Chum instead. So, yeah, they turned it down because they wanted, you know, if that is the case, wow. Maybe Nickelodeon's like, you know what? Maybe they were just like, you know what? We're gonna just, if you don't pull in SpongeBob numbers, we're just not gonna, we're probably gonna cancel you or something. You deserve better. Go to Cartoon Network or something. I don't know. Obviously, that didn't happen, as far as I know of, but yeah, they had another, and apparently here recently I found out that there was a pilot of Star versus the Forces of Evil on Nickelodeon some time ago, or for Nickelodeon. It was a pilot made for Nickelodeon, or they brought it to Nickelodeon. They turned it down, so they went on Disney. And while it wasn't as successful as something like Adventure Time, it was still a big hit on Disney Channel. Gosh, I wouldn't be surprised. Imagine if, like, Gravity Falls was a show that was, you know... well, of course, I think Disney actually was interested in what Alex Hirsch was making. Anyway, so it wasn't... So, you know... But anyway... Yeah, Nickelodeon, not the best decision-making. And as I've said for quite a while now, and everyone knows, like everyone really knows, I don't even say it, but I'll say it anyway. SpongeBob is what's keeping Nickelodeon alive. Not only is it their best show, it's like one of their only current good shows. Let's see here. And what was funny about SpongeBob, of course, as you know, as you may know, is that SpongeBob was... I mean, Nickelodeon thought that CatDog was going to be their big money seller, or their big money maker, and SpongeBob was just going to be another show to show. Well, that didn't happen. Alright. My dog was making some noise there. Let's see. Oh, I see. I think I hear what's going on. Because I know my pets sometimes, they like to... They just like to mess around. But anyway. Yeah, you had, oh yeah, SpongeBob. So they thought CatDog was gonna be their big money seller, and so they ordered like so many different, like a lot of episodes for CatDog. I think like SpongeBob got, was originally, I guess, supposed to have 3 seasons. But they realized, and now we know them today as basically Nickelodeon's Mickey Mouse. But, okay, as good as CatDog is, I really like CatDog, but it did just kind of feel more like another Nickelodeon show. Like, more than half the shows on Nickelodeon just kind of felt like they were Nickelodeon shows, which wasn't always bad. It's just, they were all kind of you kind of know what to expect type of shows. Like, if you know a Nickelodeon show, you know what to expect. And Cat Dog kind of fulfilled all that stuff, you know. It also had generic 90s-ness to it. Generic 90s shows thing to it. Again, wasn't bad. It was just, you know, you knew what to expect if you... Yeah. But, well, of course, I gotta throw back to Sonic 1 here. But SpongeBob actually felt different. It actually felt like its own thing. Like yes, it's a Nickelodeon show. We definitely know it as a Nickelodeon show today, but like, it didn't. It just feels like it has its own flavor, I guess you could say. It has its own thing going, or had its own thing going. It still kind of did, even with like the episodes after Steven Hillenburg had originally left. But I feel like the latest episodes have kind of felt like they went to having SpongeBob become a Nickelodeon show.
SpongeBob's just off screen now.
SpongeBob the Hedgehog, you know? But anyway, Sonic just kind of went off screen. But yeah, SpongeBob I feel like the newest episodes have just kind of made the show a Nickelodeon show. If you know what I mean by that. Okay, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it's just there are certain shows where you can tell what network they came from. Even if you aren't watching it on that network and like don't know where it comes from, you know, yeah. SpongeBob for a while felt different. Even the episodes after the first movie felt different from other Nickelodeon shows. But then some of the latest episodes. Now, some of the latest episodes have made some improvements here and there. There are also just some problems with the fact that, like, and by newest episodes, I mean the ones after the second movie. One where Steven Hillenburg kind of came back to the series. I don't know how much involvement he had with it. I know he was an executive producer again, but like, I'm not entirely sure how much involvement. That's the way that looks. Supersonic, yay! But anyway, but some of the newest episodes kind of made the show feel, again, like another Nickelodeon show. It's just in a more modern take on it, you know. Because some of the problems with the newest episodes have been, it's a little too active now. There's a lot of episodes that are a little too active. A little too much going on at once. And, they upped the gross out humor. Cause there were some, it gradually, like, SpongeBob had gradually got more and more gross out humor over time, like toilet humor and all that. But then, like, the newest episodes have, like, you went from implying bathroom stuff, like implying toilet humor, and like people implying, like someone implying that someone farted or something, to now just straight up having some of the characters just straight up fart. Not all the time, but there are times where that's happened. And then you have what was it? So they're relying a little too heavily on reusing certain plot elements from other episodes. They're going a little too far with the you know, referencing past episodes. Like, it was cool. Like a lot of franchises right now, it was cool at first, but they are overdoing it. I mean, I could say the same thing about Sonic here. I'll just let them all out. But, yeah. The only thing I can say about the newest SpongeBob is at the very least they haven't gone the way of the DEI. I don't even care at this point. What do you think? They haven't gone the way of the... You know... Not quite, anyway. Like, yeah, Sandy, it seems like she's able to do way more, but not in a way where it's like she can do anything, she's invincible and just a bland character. You know. Oh, jeez. I can't remember if that was, like, originally not in the... I think some of these animations were not, like, transitions to different levels. Were not in, I think some of them were not originally in the, whenever this game first came out. They added them later on, in, like, an update. But anyway, going back to SpongeBob. That's what made SpongeBob different. And by the way, this is the last zone. But anyway, yeah. SpongeBob, it was just different. It was just a different show from other Nickelodeon shows. Now, not all of them are the exact same. They just had some similar elements. I guess most of them had, like, similar elements to each other. But SpongeBob felt a lot different for that, you know. And apparently the reason SpongeBob goes to boating school is because Nickelodeon originally wanted SpongeBob to be a kid. Again, I mean, this is something that Steven Hillenburg was probably like, no, because it would have been another show about a kid going to school and all, you know, then they wanted to be SpongeBoy. Well, SpongeBob, he didn't want that. So what he did, I guess, to kind of compromise was to keep him being an adult, they have him going to boat, like, driving school instead. So that way he's still going to school, just an adult school. Or, you know. And they definitely play into that thing, like, cause they'll make it seem like it's an elementary school, because they'll have, like, recess and everyone brings their lunch boxes and everything. At lunchtime, you know, that kind of thing. Like so it's a way that to make it feel like it's an elementary school, but without it actually being one. By the way, I'm not really the biggest fan of this zone, in all honesty. Not too bad though. At least it's not like the freaking Sonic Superstars thing. But yeah, of course, going back to Sonic Superstars, Superstars. Now, at least Superstars didn't seem to have that much of a problem with that. But Superstars was again, going back, the reason it probably doesn't have a plus is because people didn't really play the game all that much. I'd say the reason they had Sonic Origins and Sonic Mania Plus is because they sold so well, and so they added DLC and then gave you an option to buy the whole thing as a set. I mean, even Sonic Origins actually, I guess it sold well enough because it got a plus. But anyway. Let's see. Give me a ride. Hey. Ah! No. I think they like come toward you or something. I can't remember for sure. If they, you know, if you get caught up in that thing. Oh yeah. I don't remember if there was like a secret there or not. If I walked the other way. I was gonna say my luck would probably be like, I thought it was gonna be like, you know, oh, I'm gonna get near it, I'm gonna try to press a button, but it'll count me hitting the spikes before it does that, you know. Gosh. I don't want to talk too much about this, but I learned about a quite disturbing Sonic fan comic today. I almost feel like the people who found out about Soylent Green, what Soylent Green's made of. I kind of felt like that, like the priest saying, "Dear God," you know, he couldn't really discuss it, but he's like, what he learned about, well, essentially what he learned about Soylent Green, even though he didn't say what it was. And the movie has been famous for its ending line, saying Soylent Green is people. So, spoilers, but to that really old movie, to the darn near, gosh, it's probably over 50, somewhere around 50 years old. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, I kind of felt like that whenever I learned about that Sonic fan comic. And, I saw someone, before I heard the whole story about what all happened in the thing, I didn't actually see a lot of the images, but thank goodness I didn't. It's from some, like, really depraved, like, really disturbing fan, I guess. A fan of a particular thing that's just, yeah, It's Act 2 that makes me, that, you know, that I really don't like to play through. Which is this, yeah, I mean, like, it just gets a little too difficult. Especially when dealing with these stupid things. Oh yeah, that's one of the other annoying things that you have to deal with that. Let's see. Well, I'm invincible right now, so if they want to attack me, go ahead and get yourself killed. But yeah. But that's enough talking about that disturbing comic. I don't even want to say the name so you'll look it up. But some of you may know what I'm talking about. Some of you Sonic fans out there may know what I'm talking about. I didn't know about it. I don't really keep up with a lot of the fan stuff for some particular reasons. But like, you know, I keep up with some things. Some of the more lighthearted, fun ones. But like, I saw someone comment something like, it was something like, now that I've read this, Sonic, said something about like, Sonic, .exe didn't seem so bad, or something like that. I was like, yeah. I mean, Sonic .exe was, obviously we all look at it today as just kind of a joke, but, you know, originally meant to scare people. Probably more so kids, I don't know. But, yeah. Of course. Of course. Hey, Sparkus, how's it going? I am not always a big fan of this being bumped around thing. I shouldn't even have to worry about that. That shouldn't be a problem. But they made it a problem. Anyway. What I can't stand again is being bumped around, not having control, and all that stuff. And some of these classic Sonic games will do that. They'll just bump you around and, you know, a little too pinball-y. Over here, over here, over here. Okay, he's not gonna go over there. Okay, well, Tails, how about lifting me up here? Okay, okay, cool. See here. Alright, now I gotta go. It is kind of neat that they have this thing where you can kind of do in your own order. It's not just a straightforward level or straight sideways level. I mean, not that a lot of these have just been straightforward anyway, but you know what I mean. You got these 4 paths that you can take. Kind of annoying though. The idea is cool. The execution wasn't the best. Oh yeah, he tries to like trap you or something until he gets to you and takes away your rings, I guess, or you know, hits you so you lose your rings. Okay, I'm about to lose Supersonic here. Like, this is... What is going on here? Let's say, what is this? Because it just kept, like... It almost felt like it was keeping me from, like, jumping up there. I realized it was probably my doing, but it was still ridiculous. Some of this stuff I've found out because I've been playing through Knuckles Chaotix through emulation recently, which is probably what a mass majority of people have played it through. Mass majority of people who have played it probably have played it through emulation, because obviously not enough people got a 32X. But anyway, found out some of these elements come from, you know, this fight's kind of annoying. At the very least, it is a final boss. This kind of reminds, some of this music kind of reminds me of Metal Slug. Get the ring. Crap. But the music's pretty cool. Okay, yeah. I don't think you can escape those. Anyway. Now. Get the ring, get the ring, get the ring, get the ring, get the ring. Cool. I lost the ring, so if I lose the fight, I gotta start it all over, because, oh, that's good design. Everyone loves that. Yep. Go to hell, game designers. Titanic alert. Caution alert. don't remember if you have to defeat the robots too. Get the ring! Of course, as you know, it's very irritating because if I lose, I gotta start all over. We had to make it exactly like the crappy design of the old games. Very annoying. At least I have plenty of lives. Which for some reason well, I know the reason why they have added lives. Honestly, don't know how you're supposed to legitimately hit him without getting hurt like that. Like at least whenever all four of the things are there, I don't know how you're supposed to do it without getting hurt. Maybe it's a case of you can destroy them if you want to. At least I hope that's the case. I don't remember for sure. Interesting. Pressing like these back buttons. It's causing them to jump. Get the ring! Get the ring! I know, Sparkus. Like this is definitely one of those the part things, you know, the darn relatable gamer meme and all that, you know. When you get to that part, as a Nitro Rad, whenever he's like, there's something about that, and he's like, see, when you get to that part, this is that part! Yeah, there's none here. That's right. I'm not gonna bother trying to hit him right now. If I don't have to, I'm not going to. I don't know. I don't know how, at least with Sonic, I don't know how you're supposed to do it without getting hit. Without getting hurt. to the place. Can you at least give me some rings? Now see, obviously at this point, it's fine. Now since I got supersonic, this is where it brings me to. See, this is, it's still kind of hard, but this is actually kind of a cool fight. Make some more rings, though. Now, I don't remember for sure if you have to start the whole entire fight over. If that's the case, I'm going to skip it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, we're in the clear. We don't have to do all that again. You do have to watch this annoying... We do annoyingly have to watch this cutscene every time. But we don't have to see the, you know, boss report every time. I do like how the time does this, though. It will probably get annoying, though. Alright, well, I'll just pause it until it, you know, skips. Alright. Alright. Just trying to concentrate here, folks. So yeah, it's really interesting how the time thing is working right now. I understand that what I'm doing is not the right thing to do. What I've been doing, where I've been like... But it has been kind of annoying. This is what pisses me off now, is when some of these supersonic fights have it to where you can lose your rings like that faster. You can actually get hit and lose it faster. Like, it's so dumb how there's some attacks now that they can drain your rings faster. That's not good. Rings are supposed to be how many seconds are left on your, you know, before you die. If you don't keep getting them. I mean, like Sonic, if you watched mine and Andrew's playthrough of Sonic Unleashed on Wii, they did that crap there. Where, like, you could lose rings by getting hits. That's not supposed to happen with Supersonic. It's supposed to happen with like normal Sonic. Come on, dude. Oh, this is annoying. I know I just said it was a cool fight, but has annoying moments like this. Okay, it's another one of those, it's a cool idea type of thing. I also hate not knowing when the fight will be over. I remember seeing a video talking about, like, some people, I guess, are trying to say that now Sonic Mania is bad or it's just not good. It's not, like, as much as I've talked about and complained about, you know, how overrated it is, or how it is overrated, I guess, in general, I still think it's a good game. I still think it's an excellent game. It's just... Well, okay, I think it's a good game. I think it's a solid game. I wouldn't call it the best Sonic game. I just don't call it the best Sonic game ever. I do think it's overrated. But that doesn't mean I think it's bad. But folks, we finally did it. Or I finally beat the last boss. It kind of shows where it heads into Sonic Forces. Wow! Sonic Mania. I don't know if I'll ever do Encore mode. I mean, I've never actually beaten it before. Now that I think about it. It came out, again, at a time when I wasn't, you know... I had distaste for Sonic, for classic Sonic at the time. So I've just never been in the mood to finish it. See. Well, I can do this. But yeah, Sonic Mania overall, fine game. It was good. It was a good fan game turned official. But like, not the best. Not the best in the world. Not the best Sonic game. It may be one of the best of the classic Sonic style games, but it's not the best. It's still not the best Sonic game. Still think it's overrated for some people. But like I was saying, like some people were saying actually it's bad now. It's like, or acting like it's not as good now. I'm like, it's still a good game, and you know, just because I think it's overrated, like I said, I don't think it's you know. It took me 3 hours, 4 minutes, 49 seconds, and 31 milliseconds to complete the game. Okay, I got it. You're gonna have to keep going there. But anyway. Yeah, again, I may do Encore mode at some point. I don't know for sure. We'll have to see in the future what happens. But that's it for now, folks, and thanks for watching me play Sonic Mania. Through the main part of it, at least. The Mania part of it. Anyway, like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more like this or any other types of videos that I make on these channels. And have yourself a good day or night.